Hi everyone! Thanks for watching this video at the beginning. I just want to say that today's video is going to be about something that's maybe stigmatized a lot in society, and a lot, it's a taboo subject in most places in the world, I would say, suppose. And I want to share my own story about how I try to overcome this and ways that worked on most days, may have not worked in most of the days, but also it will let you help you in some ways, or you'll be like, oh, I didn't know that, like that might help you and something like that. And I just want to make a little disclaimer as well that I am no doctor or health professional, whatever, social worker, pharmacist or something like that. If you have a real problem, a real serious problem, please contact, I will put some links below for those who are in Australia, about some helplines and Lifeline or something like that to help you reach someone to talk to about, because I can only help you in some ways and I can only help you so far, but it's also up to the doctors, etc., to diagnose and prescribe medications, etc. Yes. Yeah, so how should I start this? I think I've been talking about this for the last 2 hours to myself because I made the decision to talk about it. I finally made the decision to talk about it, or brave enough or feel confident enough to talk about it. I should have made it sooner, but it's better late than ever, I guess. Yeah, so let's start with the first way, or no particular order that will help you, perhaps. Yes, is to practice gratefulness and count your blessings. Every day in my life so far, I have practiced gratefulness. I go on the bus and tell myself I'm really lucky that I have transportation, although it may not be a car. I'm grateful that I'm in Australia. I'm not actually hearing gunshots outside my home every day or something like that. Yeah, or I'm not in poverty stricken whatsoever. I don't have enough food or something like that, food, water, and I don't have the ability to, I have the freedom of speech to believe who I believe, to believe in God or something like that, because gratefulness can really go a long way. Gratefulness to me is something that's very important. I practice it every day, and it may be hard at first. You're thinking like, what's going on? Like, I know that I'm really, my problems are the worst at the moment, and I think that it's something that is also hard to grasp sometimes for some people. Like, I see people like talking on Instagram and Facebook about depression and stuff, and they say it's just to cheer up or to get better or to be happy, just be happy and something like that, or get over yourself or something like that. There's worse problems in the world, but it is true in a way, but also it may not help the person in a way, depending on how close the relationship you have with them at the time. And there is some thing I also want to say is that that is the end of it, of practicing gratefulness, because gratefulness to me is very important. The next thing is that I'm saying is in no particular order, is to take your medications if prescribed. Do not overdose. Do not take medications. Do not try to take medications that other people's whatsoever, because they're not yours or something like that. Yeah, and from my experience, I have tried overdose before, but I didn't succeed. I just only thought about it and just took out some problems. I don't need to go into detail at all. Yeah. But the medications when it's prescribed by doctors, please take them, because they really do help in some to most ways, or in every way, if it, at the right combination of medications. I'm on sodium valproate at the moment, and also Abilify, and also Colourful, which I can't pronounce properly. And it's the perfect combination of medications I've had so far for bipolar and bipolar, schizophrenia, and depression. Yes, that's what I have. I've been diagnosed with that. And it's something that's also you have to take every day and try to get used to it and try to make it as the right time of time as possible, because it's something that will really help you chemically. You may hear that depression and all these mental health hormones is an imbalance cycle in the body. It's chemical imbalance in the brain or in the body or something like that. It is true. I think it is true. I believe it as well. Yes, and medications to me is very important. And in the past I've had some really bad side effects like nausea, vomiting, especially weight gain. I hate weight gain so much. I still hate weight gain a lot, like most girls do, I guess. Yeah. So I think that weight gain is like it happens because of your increased appetite, especially if you're on medications. It does make you eat more, like risperidone and olanzapine, which are some quite common medications that doctors prescribe for people. And I am allergic to risperidone, and I learned it the hard way because I gained 10 kilograms within 2 weeks, and that was not very fun at all. And why am I smiling about this? I don't know why. I just smile about some things. Yeah. And yes, and the next one I wanted to talk to you about is to wear color clothing, because color clothing can really help you in a day, to help you lift up your mood and also help you feel better and help you express yourself that, hey, no matter what's going on in my life, I'm still gonna look the part of being better, being confident, being brightful. Is that a word? Brightful? I think so. And like I said today, I'm having a good day today. I had such a bad day yesterday, but I'm not gonna let the past take control of what I do now. I'm gonna do something that's gonna help me today, and that means to me is wearing color clothing and wearing green earrings, a bit of orange makeup here and there, which is my first time wearing orange makeup as well. Yeah, and I think that the video here should also talk about seeing doctors and being committed to seeing your doctors and psychiatrists, counseling psychologists, or counselors, whatsoever, academic counselors. And it's very important to see those people regularly for me, because I've had people accuse me of, I won't name anyone, accuse me of using the hospital services too much, and it was for particular bad and good reasons as well. And I've come to the conclusion that my life is not in the hospital, it's in the community. And I believe that you have to utilize what you have, if you have it. I know that Australia has one of the best healthcare in the world, so it still has its own problems, I believe. But to me, it has one of the best healthcare, even above the public health system. Yeah, and although that sometimes you have to wait, 4 hours in the emergency to wait for someone to see a doctor or something like that. And I think that, hey, it's not that bad sometimes for me, like, because I don't have private health insurance or anything like that. I just talk about things that I want to talk to the doctor about, and I just know that I have to wait a long time. They maybe have been only up to 4 hours or so, 4 to 6 hours. Yes. So I'm just rambling on at the moment, and I'm just talking to you about depression and schizophrenia and something like that. I won't go into detail what schizophrenia and depression is, but because everyone's experience is different. There is a generalized definition of everything like depression, schizophrenia, bipolar depression, and like that. But I think that everyone's way of life is different, and you can't always pigeonhole everyone in a certain box and something like that. Yeah. And I should have made a list before I made this video, because it would have helped, because I'm just talking from the top of my head. I'm just trying to be as honest and truthworthy to you as possible, and try to be real as possible as well. Try to connect with you through this camera, yeah, and YouTube, I guess. And yes, I think that's about it. I think that's some of the simple ways or ways that you may already know or don't know or something. But if you have any comments or questions, please leave it below, and I'll try to answer it truthfully as possible. And also, please do give it a like and do share it around social media or to anyone you think that may help them with this, anything like that. Yeah, and thank you so much for watching either the beginning of it, the front of it, or middle, back, whatever. Yeah, I really appreciate your time and efforts. Thank you.